Hello and welcome back to the Road to Exploration in Kerbal Space Program 2. Starting off with a mission called the Goliath 2, and it's launching on a David 3 rocket. Yes, that is the new way that I'm going to start labeling things, and that's just how it's going to be. This rocket has Jebediah Kerman on board. Uh, Jeb's actually not going to land this rocket on the surface. And actually, Jeb is just going to glitch out of existence thanks to this mission. Yeah, we will no longer have a Jeb in this save unless someone tells me how to alter the save to put Jeb back into the save, because if not, he's just gone. He's just gone. But the purpose is that he will save 2 kerbals, so that's pretty good. Anyway, if you would like to see more of this, it would be great if you could share, like, and subscribe. It will really help me out, and I'm trying to actually get to the point where I'm monetized, and that would be just so thankful if you could help me out with that. Yeah, so here we go, back to Jeb. Jeb is currently piloting this rocket masterfully. He is currently doing his orbital circularization burn, and he's already finished it. And now he's going to do his Munner, I think it would be Munner injection burn or Mooner injection burn, because that's technically the correct way to pronounce it. But yeah, so we're going to do our Mooner injection burn all the way to the Mun. Yes, I'll say it both ways. And here we are, basically arriving in the Mun sphere of influence, and I'm going to fast forward till we can actually start doing the capture burn around the Mun. And the capture burn was really quick because we're at 10 times speed, and I'm going to attempt to slow us down to the point where we can actually rendezvous with the kerbals. Now, I experienced multiple glitches when I was trying to encounter the kerbals. This was such a buggy experience. It was actually quite awful. So here we are. We have him arriving here, and I decide that I'm going to target Tim C. Kerman, even though I left him on top of the old module. He actually isn't there. For some reason, he's out off in the distance. And then I go and I actually try and reach him, and then he just teleports to the to the rocket. So here we are, just trying to fly up to it, and I'm going to try and board, but I can't board, and then I get a bug, and he just starts spinning rapidly. There's nothing I can do, and so I try to transfer over to another one, and then I have to restart. And then for some reason, Tim just shows up inside the booster, and yeah, I had to do all sorts of stuff. I had to actually completely just start cheating like crazy, and it just wasn't, it didn't work. It was so weird. Like, for some reason, Tim C. Kerman showed up in a place. He just teleported to a different location, and then like it was just absolute hell. This entire mission was buggy, and it was annoying, and I haven't experienced the bug again, and I have recorded significantly large amount since then, and it was just annoying. But yeah, here we have Tim C. Kerman coming back in to deorbit himself, and yeah, he'll be deorbiting himself, and we end up losing I think it's Bob with Jeb. So Jeb and Bob, they just don't exist anymore. But if you could tell me how to add them back in, that would be great. And I would very much appreciate adding them back in, because they didn't really technically deserve to die. They didn't actually die. They just disappeared. The rocket stopped being in orbit, which is an absolute pain. But it's okay, because now we actually have a kerbal that is returned from the surface of the Mun, and we can actually fill out some of our contracts, as well as returning a bunch of our science, such as the sample returns. We're also now allowed to get a bunch more contracts, such as first dibs, the perfect circle, and the Mooner signal. And yeah, so there's now a mysterious signal showing up on the Mun. And if you have already played to this point in the campaign, then you definitely know where it is. But I spent my remaining research points getting us the first thing in Tier 2 and the rest of Tier 1. Now, Tier 2, we'll be filling out more of Tier 2 in the next episode. But this will allow us to do some pretty creative engineering, as well as finally sending probes and communication satellites into orbit. So here we are. We're starting with COM1. It'll be our first communication satellite, and it's being launched on a John Chapman one. If you are not familiar with United States folklore, John Chapman is the actual name of the hero, or like the folklore hero of the United States, Johnny Appleseed. Yeah. So I named this one Johnny Appleseed. Basically, I named the rocket the Johnny Appleseed rocket, and it will be the Johnny Appleseed line of rockets that I will be experimenting with. Now, this thing has a really high thrust to weight ratio, really gets up and out of the atmosphere, and it kind of heats up the craft a lot. And it was actually like too much. Like things started exploding. Like you see that exploded, so I had to just get it in orbit this way, and it didn't quite get into orbit as far as I wanted it to get into orbit, but that is okay. Yeah, so we have COM1 now in orbit, and it has two large solar panels, Science Junior, because it wasn't actually ever meant to be a comm satellite. It was supposed to go a lot further than that, but wink wink nudge nudge, we will not disclose our failures like that. Yeah, here it is, just orbiting Kerbin and transmitting our data so that we will, not lose data at random moments, and that would suck. All right, now here we have another thing launching on a John Chapman one, and it is the MunCom one. Yes, I'm going to send another ComSat to the Mun first before we do anything else, because we don't want to lose any sort of signal from the Mun, because in the next episode we will be trying to establish a Mun base. I think that's in the next episode. Maybe it's the episode after that, but soon we're establishing a Mun base, and we'll need to have comms. And yeah, we'll need it to have comms at all sorts of times, because what if there's an emergency? You can't be out of comms with your kerbals, especially if they're on the far side of the Mun. So yeah, here we are. We are currently firing into a orbital insertion burn, and yeah, now we have good orbit, and yeah, we're on trajectory to get to the Mun. But then yeah, so we start going around, and then I decide that we're gonna go to the Mun, and we're gonna just orbit there. Here we are. We're doing the Mooner injection burn. It's a pretty simple burn. Just, about 800 delta V. That's pretty standard for a Mooner injection burn. Then the capture burn is normally around 200 to 300. If you want to do a circularization, and depending on the your periapsis to said periapsis to the moon. Now, here we are. very quickly careening towards the surface. And yeah, this is about where I'm going to leave you guys today. I hope you guys really enjoyed the fact that I'm actually doing these again, and I'm actually trying to do them pretty consistently. I think I posted the last one on Wednesday, and I'm posting this one on Tuesday of the following week. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.